Hi everybody, it's Dr. Cruz from Healing Out Loud. So nice to be with you today. So the other week, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was inspired to create a new video series. And the video series is called Today is the first video in that series. So each month of the year, I'll do this particular video, okay? So last month was January, and the 3 things that I learned last month were, I guess, things that I intuitively knew, but until I really sat down and started thinking about them, they didn't impress upon me the reality that I really understood that these things were occurring. The first thing is that time flies. So I had a goal to create a workbook, and I think I started it probably late December, and I was very determined to get it done in January. Because the one thing that I have learned in my life is that if you blink a little too long, you will wake up in a whole new decade. Like, you'll be like, where did the time go? And so that is really what kind of showed up in January for me. Even though I was working really diligently to complete the project, time just really flew by. And, what happens is that things begin to occur. Things begin to occur in life, and they distract us. And there are so many distractions. In my book, actually, in my workbook, it's a Design Your Destiny workbook, because I've created a coaching program. So this workbook is going to go along with that coaching program. And one of the chapters is dedicated to the distractors in our life. And, they can be very minute, very small, very insignificant, but they occur quite often. And when things start occurring quite often, you don't realize how much time it's consuming. It could be a phone call. It could be something breaks in the house. It could be one of your children needs you. It could be somebody stops by and wants to hang out. It could be a work-related problem. There are so many different things that occur that require our attention. And if we don't really get a hold of that, it will get a hold of us. Okay? And then the next thing you know, time has flown by. So by the end of January, I was noticing I wasn't completing my project in time. And so I said to myself, basically, that the last week of the month, I was going to stop everything and just focus on completing the goal. And I still did not complete the goal in time, but I was about 98% done. So it was cool. It was still a win for me. Right? So sometimes we don't have to try to achieve perfection, because it's not always going to happen. Perfection is not a realistic goal. Progress is. Okay? So the second thing that I realized was that I needed to push myself even harder. I thought I was pushing myself hard enough, but I wasn't, because my goal hadn't gotten accomplished, right? So when we have a goal, we need to be our own motivator. We need to be the person that's holding ourselves accountable. And if we're not holding ourselves accountable, that goal is not going to get done. You know what I mean? So you have to push yourself even harder, just like I had to push myself even harder. So that was the second thing that I learned. I thought I was pushing myself hard enough, But no, I wasn't. I needed to push myself even harder. Okay? And the third thing that I learned, the third thing, not the sixth thing, the third thing I learned was that that I needed to celebrate small achievements. We all need to celebrate our small achievements. We do so much in life that if we don't take a moment to really congratulate ourselves, appreciate ourselves, recognize the hard work that we've put into the activity, even though we don't complete it, I still was able to celebrate the fact that I was 97, 98% done on my workbook without beating myself up that I hadn't completed it, right? Sometimes that's what we do. We beat ourselves up because we didn't finish the ideal project. Well, you know, life happens, and if you know you're doing your best, and if you know that you are pushing yourself, then you can celebrate the fact that you got it 97% done. Other things that I could celebrate, for instance, was I paid off a credit card. So I can really be proud of myself about that, right? Do I still have debt? Yeah. But did I pay off a credit card? Yeah, I did. Right? We have to celebrate the small achievements. Don't just wait for the big achievement, because then what happens is the big achievement, it just takes too long to achieve sometimes. And if you are not celebrating the small victories, then what happens? Sometimes we feel like, well, we didn't do good enough. You know, and then that negative self-talk starts rattling off. So don't do that. You know, celebrate. Find the small things. Did you wake up on time? Did you wake up earlier than you anticipated? Listen, that's worth celebrating. Some people don't want to get out of bed at all, right? Did you eat healthy today? Did you make a smoothie? Celebrate that. You did something really great for your body. Did you smoke one less cigarette today than you did yesterday? Did you have one less drink, alcohol drink, today than you did yesterday? Celebrate that. That's an accomplishment. Did you remember to brush your teeth before you went to bed? That's an accomplishment. Did you remember to floss? Celebrate that. You deserve to be celebrated. Did you, let's see, what else? Did you start reading? Did you tell yourself, I want to start reading books again? And did you actually start reading? Even if it was just one page, did you start? Celebrate that. Be proud of yourself. Okay? I'm trying to think of some other things people might accomplish that they could celebrate. Let me think. Did you clean your house? Have you been putting off cleaning your house and then finally you cleaned it? Are you proud of yourself about that? That you were disciplined enough to get up, focus, and sweep and mop the floors, or clean that tub that you know needs to be cleaned. I know I'm not the only one that hates to clean tubs. You know, it's hard on our back. We don't want to do it. Did you finally clean that tub? Are you finally stepping up just a little bit more? Did you go to the gym? Did you finally go to the gym? Or did you work out? Today I worked out in my bedroom, and I put my yoga mat on the floor, and I got 2 bags of 3-pound bags of chicken. And I put on my good music, and I had a thing where it's like a belt, and you put it on the bottom of your foot, and then you lay down and you stretch your leg out, right? And I had such a great workout. I had 8 of my favorite songs playing. I had 3-pound bags of chicken. And let me tell you something. What I did differently in my room that I don't do in the gym, is that I didn't stop doing the reps. I kept on the whole time. I was just doing reps. I wasn't counting reps or anything like that. I was just going with the music. And I had such a great workout. A yoga mat, a belt to stretch my legs, and 2 bags of 3-pound chicken. And I celebrate that. That was my great accomplishment today. And I'm going to go sit with my mentor today for lunch. So I'm going to celebrate that. I'm taking another step toward becoming the better person, the better version of me. And I want you to think about, what can you do to celebrate your small victories? And what can you begin to do that you haven't been doing? Or maybe you've been putting it off, like finding a mentor. Okay, so this is Dr. Cruz from Healing Out Loud. Those are the 3 things that I learned in January of this year. I hope you all have an amazing day, and you can find me on www.capricruz.com, and you can find my coaching program there. Maybe you're interested in designing your own destiny also. I have found that there is no better journey, no better adventure, no better, no more worthy accomplishment in life than to take control of your own life. Figure out what is important to you, what makes you happy, and how the heck can I implement it. That's what my coaching program is all about. Digging and figuring out, what is it that I need to do and what is it that I need to stop doing so that I can design my destiny. And I'm having a great time. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.